My bed, enchanting ways to fall asleep around the world. My bed, enchanting ways to fall asleep around the world. Words by Rebecca Bond. Pictures by Sally Maver. Published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. My bed rocks on the water. In the Netherlands, some children live on houseboats, on canals or rivers. Like everything else in these children's homes, their beds move gently up and down with the waves. My bed sways in the breeze. For centuries, sleeping in hammocks has been a tradition in Brazil, Mexico, and other countries of South and Central America. Hammocks provide a comfortable and transportable way of resting, and in some cases also protect against scorpions and snakes. My bed's beneath a curtain. In warm, humid parts of the world, such as India, finely woven netting prevents mosquito bites, even when one is sleeping with the windows wide open. My bed's aloft in the trees. In traditional homes nestled in the mountains of Norway, children sleep nestled into beds that are nestled into walls. These alcove, or cubby, beds save space, offer privacy, and help keep sleepers warm. My bed's a rug of woven wool my father's mother made. At night, in Afghanistan, many families lay mattresses atop soft, hand-woven rugs and sleep together in a common room. In the morning, they fold their bedding to the side. My bed's a mat of river grass that lie beneath tree shade. During the dry season, in parts of Ghana, children may prefer to nap outside in the fresh air. Courtyards provide sheltered places to doze on mats or mattresses, which can be brought inside during night, once temperatures turn cooler. My bed is made from fired clay and heated from below. In northern parts of the world, such as Russia, winter temperatures can be so cold that many homes have a large stove for cooking and heating. Thick walls make the stove safe to touch and a cozy place to sleep. My bed unrolls on grasslands vast. It travels where I go. In the wide open steppes of Mongolia, nomadic people move when the seasons change to find fresh pastures for their horses, sheep, and yaks, just as their ancestors have for centuries. My bed is in the courtyard, our family's private space. Some traditional homes in Iran and other parts of the Middle East are built around a cool, peaceful courtyard. High walls offer a quiet, private outdoor place to rest on hot summer nights. My bed is on the rooftop, the coolest sleeping place. In some desert areas of North America, including parts of Morocco, scorching summer days give way to cool nights. What better place to catch a dreamy breeze and gaze at the stars than on the roof? My bed is built from sturdy wood. My bed is warm. My bed is good. Many bed frames in Canada and the United States are made of wood that come from these countries' forests. Hardwoods like maple, walnut, cherry, oak, and birch make for strong beds that last for many years and can be passed down from generation to generation. My bed's a futon on the floor. There is no bed I could love more. For hundreds of years, people in Japan have slept on mattresses called futons. A futon sits on the floor atop a straw mat called a tatami. In the morning, children roll up their futons and put them in a closet or hang them out a window to keep them fresh. Can you see me in my bed? I fit so nicely, toe to head. My bed is mine, and me, and right. It's bedtime, now for me. Good night. Note about the stitching. In creating the illustrations for my bed, I feel as if I've gotten to visit all the children in the places they live around the globe, even though I stayed at home. Rebecca Bond wrote a narrative that celebrates our differences, while also bringing us together through the universal theme of children sleeping safe in their beds. It was my job to bring these children to life and create their varying environments. When making the artwork for each of the featured locations, I thought about what makes each child's bed and home unique as well as warm and welcoming. Deciding which patterns, details, and traditions to represent wasn't easy. A single country often has many ways of sleeping, and similar traditions are often shared by many countries. My aim was to portray a distinct sense of place for each culture, using architecture, furnishings, and landscapes as guides. I researched the different regions, looking at photos of children and their living situations both inside and out, now and in the past. Traditional designs and patterns were of special interest to me as I relish embroidering details at every opportunity. For example, the rug on the Afghanistan page is hand-stitched with naturally dyed wool yarn, and the cherry blossoms in the tree on the Japan page are stitched with French knots. In fact, all the original artwork was stitched entirely by hand. I embroidered, wrapped, and bound together a variety of materials with techniques I've developed through the years of experimentation. As a child, I learned to sew from my grandmother and mother, and I am pleased to carry on the tradition in new and innovative ways. It took a lot of time to hand-stitch everything. Machines can't reproduce the look and feel that I want. Manipulating materials in my hands is the best way I've found to translate what I imagine into something real to share. Using a needle and thread, I created the three-dimensional figures and other parts out of fabric, beads, and wire. They are like characters, props, and scenery in a shallow, miniature stage set, all sewn onto a fabric backdrop. I prefer to work in small scale. The printed reproductions you see are the same size as what I make. Most everything is formed and articulated with threads or silk ribbon, but sometimes I paint on wooden balls with tiny brushes, such as for the children's faces. All kinds of beads, sewing notions, and even real bamboo were useful for bed parts, roof tiles, and other architectural details. It was a pleasure to make each and every one of the scenes and to connect with this group of children in the places they call home. I hope you enjoy meeting them all snug in their beds while you travel around the world through the pages of this book.